So we're here today for a behind-the-scenes look at Riot Cabaret's Thunder Rosa versus Alex Windsor match for the Riot Cabaret Women's Championship, live from London. I've strapped a GoPro to the top of my camera. The camera I'm using is a Canon R6. I'm using a 24-105 f4 lens for this. We're just going to take you through the shots we're taking. Alex on her entry there, and we're shooting these with a filter on the front of the lens, which is giving us this sort of funky effect. I just figured I'd try and do something a little bit different for the entrances. So this filter's giving us, catching all the light around the subjects, and it's giving us these wonderful in-camera effects, which I really like. Working different sides of the ring, but mainly always coming back to this entranceway for the entrances, even getting one of ring announcer James there. And Thunder Rosa comes in with her entrance, amazing green and red lighting. So the lighting crew at these shows kind of does half my job for me. I love that shot there with that ring, works really well. But yeah, so the lighting does half the work at these shows really for me. So I just have to set my camera up on a manual exposure, working around about ISO 6400, opened it up as wide as possible, f4, and when they're in ring, in the middle of that ring now, I'm trying to get somewhere between 500th and 640th of a second to capture the action. That's me taking the filter off, so from now on in, great expression there from Tom the ref, that's why I kept that in there, just because I thought it was funny. Yeah, but for everything in the ring, trying to shoot around about somewhere above 500th of a second, so that if there is any motion that we capture, I don't mind a little bit of motion if it's super fast. But coming round to the hard cam side here, getting nice and low, nice and wide as well, just settling into the match. And I know for the first part of the match, provided they're not doing anything silly and spilling out to the ring immediately, I know they're going to be playing out to this side, to the hard cam side, as it's sort of traditionally known. And what's really nice about Clapham Ground, you can see in the background there, is they've got that sort of rectangular framing, so it looks like a picture box within a picture box, and if you get it right, that just frames your action really nicely. So just for this part of the match, I'm just trying to get the feel of it, trying to work with the zoom there to go closer in on some of the submission holds. A little tap on the shoulder there of the video guy when I change corners, just to let him know that I'm there, because they're obviously concentrating on a load of other stuff, the video guys. They haven't got eyes in the back or the side of their head, so they need to know where you are to avoid accidents. Love that little shot there of the submission, just getting the expressions. Both of these athletes just give out great expressions, as you'll see throughout the course of this match. But by setting my camera up manually there, and also with a white balance that I have to work on to get that right, so that everything has a good feel to it. For this show I was at around about 3200 Kelvin, so that kept the white balance more on the side of blue than what the GoPro shown here. The GoPro here is showing us very yellow, so you can see a slight blue tint to that shot there. But love the way that Thunder turned her head there, skull side facing me as well, for that submission, which Alex Windsor has broken there. So Tom doing his job there, break the hold, and we're working to get lots of expressions here, and to capture the early moments of the match. And even when they're showing out to the fans here, there's an opportunity with this 24-105 to zoom in really close, as you'll see here, and we can get that close there on Thunder Rosa on the other side of the ring, compose her on the right hand side of the image as we look at it, and get her pointing up towards the fans. Quick change of corner here, and we've come around now back opposite hard cam side. Now normally for bigger shows you wouldn't be able to do this. You wouldn't be able to do what I did previously to be on the hard cam side either. You'd have to work the sides of the ring so that you don't get on the live feed. But for this one, I've got the privilege of being able to come down here, come down nice and low, and come down nice and wide to get these action shots, to get everything frozen, and to make everything, you know, look like an athletic spectacle, if you like. Everything working away from me there in that far corner, but then the action sort of working linear across side to side there. Near full, and we've just gone in close there to get Alex's reaction to that clothesline, just looking straight into the camera, and then Thunder Rosa's reaction the other way. So with this 24-105 we can take the wide stuff, and we can also get in really close. And like I say, not only is it my workhorse lens in studio for portraits, but it's also my workhorse lens for ringside action. The action coming over to the side here, and a couple of chops going to come up here from Alex. Chop into the chest, And we're going to see what she does. Yeah, that's the reaction, and I love the expressions there on that one either side. That's what worked really, really well for me on that one. And then coming in here, we've got this really sort of abstract shot there with the legs just sort of coming in, and that'll be mirrored by a shot that's coming up later on in this video. So inside this corner here, I can see that the action is coming towards me, and my instinct is to sort of run away. So anytime the action comes towards me in a corner, there's no point me being there. I'm too close to capture anything anyway. So I tend to sort of move away and then come wide again and just get sort of those shots there. Big kick in there from Alex. Come round this turnbuckle and just try the other side and just see what's going to happen here. And Thunder again nicely turns towards me here to give us a nice shot of that makeup on the side. And then we see Alex pick Thunder up here, and I can see that she's going to go from turnbuckle to turnbuckle and try and hit all 4 turnbuckles, smashing Thunder's face into it one at a time. So I know that she's coming to this one, and I think my favourite shot from the match is coming up here. I stayed close, and then eventually panicked and ran away. But I managed to get this great shot here, which if we go super close, you can see the expressions I just absolutely adore. So I think I took that right at the last minute before running away like a coward. Anyway, action back in the ring. Come round to a portrait style there to get the reaction there from Alex there. Nice simple shot to take, and the reaction there from Thunder Rosa on the floor taking the punishment in the ring here. Coming in for a side Russian leg sweep. Just got the little preparatory shot for that as they showed out towards me. So I've made a kind of like a fortunate decision to come this side, because since I've come this side, a lot of the facial expressions like that one there from Alex have come towards me. So I've managed to zoom in close and get some of that to help explain the narrative and explain exactly what's going on. I realise here that I'm not getting a lot. It's possibly not the right side, and I can see a submission move being set up here. So just a slight shift round to the side, get Alex there showing out to the fans, a little capture of that. And then when we go up, I'm going to try and work out, lovely facial expressions there, where the best side is, and it wasn't that side. So quick run round, see if I can get in there in time, and unfortunately just a little bit too slow. Half of the ring length is, I'm an old man now and I'm not that quick anymore. But I'm back in on this side, and I'm going to settle in on this side and see how my luck holds up here. Get myself set back up, and I realise that Tom is working on this side of the horseshoe here, blocking a lot of the angles. So I have to move, I have to try and work out what's going to be best for me, and the safest thing to do, come back to that hard cam position. And we can see that Thunder is now exchanging submission moves with Alex, and she's working her lower back there, and this is providing some great content, some great photographs from this angle. Very simple to shoot, you know where they're going, very simple to frame, just stay still, stay low, get that focus point right, and then just wait for the timing, and we can get a nice horizontal this, and it's a quick flick round to portrait to really fill the frame with that arduous, that looks awful, that submission to take. So yeah, fair play to Alex Windsor there. Once that submission's over, I can come round to the side, start working this corner again, go close in there on a close up there of Thunder Rosa geeing herself up, as the submission did not lead to the end of the match in that instance. And now chops into the corner. Got that one right on the point of impact. The facial expressions again there from Alex are superb. A couple of chops in the corner there. The first one was the best of the bunch, so that's one we kept in. There's no point keeping in ones that are sort of not as good or just missed the point of contact. I don't tend to shoot burst dive because I don't like coming back and having tens of thousands of images to go through. I like to keep it on a burst setting but not use it, and use the burst setting in case there is something that I want to use in that moment, but generally I'm just shooting single shots. And I can see that Thunder's now going up nice and high on that top turnbuckle, so it's a switch to wide, it's a dodge between those ropes, it's trying to time that move there to get it to the point of where she's highest, just before the move is hit. Exchange of blows, I'm on the right side here to get these, so the side of the ring is probably the best place to get these, and with all this hair flailing around, that makes for some really, really good pictures, but it does hammer home that the importance of having a faster shutter speed there to really, really freeze that action. Little zoom in here to get Alex's reaction as she comes up, and this is possibly another one of my favourites from this match. Thunder goes off the ropes, and it's just the feet in there, and from the capture you can just see these feet coming in just out of frame. I think that's a really interesting capture. I've shot so many ringside matches now that not a lot tickles me, and I quite enjoyed that one. Nice close up there of Alex showing out again following the near pinfall. And the equal and opposite expression there from Thunder Rosa as she shows out to the fans. Reversal there from Alex Windsor. We switch around to portrait, and we can just get Thunder Rosa coming into the turnbuckle, looking straight down the middle of the lens. And we've caught her right behind that spotlight in the far corner. You can see it up there. She was right behind that, so we were shooting right into it, which gave us that bright beam of light coming into the camera, which makes that photo look different to anything else in the match. Exchange of chops. My timing was off here. Didn't quite get the one that I wanted, but I got the chop earlier. Headbutt from Alex Windsor. Knee, running knee there from Thunder Rosa, and we have a double down. And with the double down, I know that we're going to take our time, so I'm going to switch my focus now from the performers on the floor, and we're going to have a look at Tom the ref and just see if we can just get something of him giving the 10 count here. And I think that's the 2. I think on the 3 count is the moment that I capture it, because I can see both performers getting to their feet, so I know I've got to be quick. And we've got that one there of Tom looking all buff and strong from the low angle with his big 3 count up. And both performers are up. Little snapshot of Alex there with those leading lines from the left-hand side, again on that longer focal length. And we're just sitting here because I get the feeling now we're this far into the match that the finish is going to be coming shortly. We're going to be hitting that finishing stretch. And I know that we generally play out to the hard cam when we do that, so I'm just going to sit nice and tight here and just see what happens. Not a lot coming up from the camera for me here because the action's very quick. Little head scissors there, and I managed to capture that. Then I've just moved myself over to the corner here because I get the feeling with Alex being out of the ring. I could feel her come out of the ring on my left-hand side there. Fans being told to move, and yeah, sure enough, Thunder Rosa comes in. Where she comes out of the ring there, we're a couple of stops under from where we are in the middle of the ring, so I would have had to move my shutter speed real quick with my right finger there just to give me a couple of extra stops. It's going to be slightly slower, but it is going to let the light in so that we can actually see what's happening at ringside. So I'm working around about maybe 200th of a second here and just trying to pick the moments where no one's moving too much to maintain sharpness. Little nod towards the camera guy to get myself back into that hard cam position, get myself down real quick so that we can get Alex Windsor shown out. You can see there where I haven't changed my shutter speed. That shot was a lot brighter than it should be, so I've just got to readjust. I see it come up in the viewfinder quickly. Remind myself to dial in that shutter speed back down to somewhere between 500 and 640th of a second, and we should see in the next few frames that we've got that exposure back on. There we go. Fireman's carry over, and we're just waiting and seeing where this is going. Good pinfall there, which gives me the opportunity to go close in on Thunder Rosa and get her from a different angle. And then we see the submission applied, and we're straight in trying to get expressions on this submission. Changing it round to portrait, filling the frame. Wonderful expressions there from Thunder Rosa on that one. Stay in nice and close, get a wide one there with Tom there, begging, asking to see if Alex wants to give up. And what expression there from Thunder Rosa on that one. And then we wind it back round to the release because of the pinfall. Oh, roll up and stomp. That looked awful. And I can see, there we go, that the submission here is coming around to the side. So it's a quick whiz round, and I just got that shot before the tap out. Just whizzed round the corner and managed to get that sequence of shots of Alex Windsor tapping out. I'm trying to shoot a lot in portrait at the moment because they're better fits for social media. Although for these ones here where we're sort of showing out, there we go, we go for the wide angle because I always go instinctively to whatever I think is going to be the best photograph, but in the back of my head I'm saying, can I get it in a portrait? Can I make it fit that social media grid better? So that's what I did there. One landscape, one portrait of the belt being lifted, which is an important one to sort of showcase and storytell what happened in the match. The show of respect, little hug and a raise of the arm. And we got all of that on camera to show out the respect. And then Thunder Rosa comes over to the turnbuckle to show out to the fans, and I'm there quick. Try and get her back lit as quick as possible. She just dropped her head there And I love the way she dropped her head, closed the eyes, had the anguish, great light on the belt, everything looks great. Framed her with the background, then she gives this lovely shot here, fills the frame perfectly with the arms, then the emotion, switch it round to portrait, and then as she goes to leave, it's a quick run round, quick run ringside for me. Fortunately, there's just enough room there for me to get around reasonably quickly. And we come in here and we can see, I was just waiting to see where she went. She does go back down the aisle. She comes, there we go, with the red and the green lighting behind. All sits perfectly, and it gives us that final shot before she leaves, showing out to the fans. All the focus on the performer and all the focus on the belt. If you've enjoyed this video, you can check out some other ones that we've got online. We've got some ones from being ringside at AEW and some ones from being ringside at other shows up and down the country. Every Monday, a new lighting tutorial will drop on this YouTube channel for professional lighting setups. For anyone to understand, we're trying to keep them beginner and intermediate friendly. But if you want a little bit of more advanced workshops, or you want to learn how to use lights from 1 light to 2 light to 3 light setups, you can join me at nofussmus.com. Check out the website there and see if there's some content that will help you elevate your photography to the next level. Thank you very much for watching. All the best.